Jackson is married to James, and they have 3 children and 10 grandchildren. Darlene retired from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Detroit. She had to tutor me how to say that. After 31 years.
Wow.
Yes. In her retirement, she decided to conquer her fears and do things that will help her to grow as a servant of God. Her title of her speech is Sharing My Memories. Help me welcome Darlene Jackson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Has anyone in here ever heard the song 16 Tons?
Mm-hmm.
16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, because I can't go. I owe my soul to the company stuff. The year I was born, coal miners were on strike. They were trying to form a union, and they were trying to get rid of a form of money called scrip. Anybody that depended on the coal industry relied on that scrip, just like they would rely on money. Well, that's the way my family lived when I was born. What a way to start a life. I was born in southern West Virginia to Louis and Gertrude Cochran. I was the 5th of 7 children. My father was a coal miner and my mother a homemaker. I didn't realize how poor we were until my senior year in high school. My mom and dad always seemed to find a way to take care of our needs and some of our wants. Little did we know, excuse me, along with the housing expenses and everything that they bought at the company store, it was taken out of Daddy's paycheck. So we got home with very little cash and could save very little. Some of my memories were like the mountains I lived in. They were up a hill, down a hill, around a curve, and sometimes they were straight. They were so-so memories, good memories, sad memories, and some really great memories. My so-so memories were when I was growing up as a little girl. I was not a prissy little girl. I liked hanging with my dad. He was always working, building something, planning something, digging, hammering, and I enjoyed doing those things. I enjoyed helping him. He, on the other hand, wanted me to be in the house, learning how to be a homemaker like my mother. I learned those things. However, I wasn't enthused by them. I'm still not. Second, the good memories. Those were where I interacted with my siblings. There were times when we would build tents with blankets and make dinner with mud and grass. We played hide and seek, red light, green light, tag. And my grandfather told me once, "You're not a Cochran unless you can wiggle your ears without wrinkling your face." I learned how to do that. I even became a pro at it. I can do them both at the same time, or I can alternate them one at a time. And no, I won't demonstrate. Third were the sad memories. I remember when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I was in 5th grade in 1963. I remember when my school principal alerted us to the fact over the loudspeaker, and I remember the crack in her voice when she announced it and sent us home. I remember when my paternal grandmother passed, and 2 weeks later, my grandfather had a massive heart attack. And, it was December 1963, just before Christmas. All were unexpected, and I just didn't understand. 4th other memories that I consider great memories. When I graduated high school in 1970, and I left home to start my grown-up life I flew on an airplane for the first time in my life. I had great memories with my two sons, Rico and Manuel. We discovered Detroit using public transportation. We took a week and we went various places. The fun we had was because they had never been on public transportation before. And then my graduation from college at age 50. What was special about that? Not so much my age, but because my son, Rico, and I went to school together and we graduated together. I enjoyed having him tutor me. But once I got a job and got married and having children with all the college, it was so far in the background. So doing that with him was wonderful. And last, caught by surprise, I married James Zip Jackson. We met at church, and during a conversation, I mentioned that I would go to Chetan Park on Wednesday afternoon to have lunch and study the Bible, and just enjoy the sights and sounds of nature. He asked if he could join me. I agreed, and before long, he asked me out. Shortly thereafter, we were engaged and then married. We've been married now 4.5 years, and I also gained a daughter in the process. Maya Angelou once said, if you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, change your attitude about it. And the Word of God says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When I think back over those memories and many others, and about what Maya Angelou and the Word of God says, I believe that I've been striving and will continue to strive to improve